I was um I was in a bad mood the other day, and one thing I noticed is when when I'm in a bad state, I think part of what contributes to it is the feeling that it won't end. Um, and this isn't, for me, this isn't it's not a conscious thought. Very often I know rationally that everything will pass and that emotions move in and out like the weather. But I think in a deeper way, or in an unconscious way, there's a feeling of, oh, what if this didn't pass? And that is what can contribute to something feeling really bad. Um, for me, this feeling that something won't pass um, certainly intensifies the feeling and adds an element of worry to it. Like, what if this doesn't pass? What if things get worse? Um, and certainly that doesn't let me flow with the experience so much. It has me sort of resisting it. Um, and then I might get lost in it. I lose awareness in that moment. Um, so certainly when that happens, if I can catch it, I try to allow myself to just feel it, be with it, um, and let a little bit of my conscious mind remind me um, that the fog will part at some point, and uh, and even just allow myself to have that experience of this will never end. This this won't pass, even though I know that's not true. But to give myself that experience for a moment of this will last forever for 5 minutes. Um, and then I think if the awareness comes that something will pass, suddenly it's so much more bearable, because you just feel like I just have to wait this out in some respect. um, I think also in times like that, an interesting thing you can do is play with sort of emotions that seem like polar opposites. And I sometimes think there's more than one opposite to an emotion. Certainly if you have a emotion of feeling lonely, the opposite could be uh, feeling connected or feeling part of community. Um, uh, but it could also be lonely and a feeling of being connected to yourself. I always say there's a big difference between feeling lonely and feeling alone. Um, Anger, the opposite could be love. It could also just be anger and calm. In any case, what you can do is choose a sort of a polarity emotion, and practice moving back and forth, and just moving from one to the other and one to the other. Um, and it's as if, in my experience, the more that I can allow myself go to one side, the more I can allow myself to go to the other side. And eventually I may find a center, or I might just find a movement back and forth, just moving on that continuum. So where did I start with all this? Well, I started with the idea that sometimes what's exasperating a mood or an unpleasant emotion is the idea, like, or losing track in an unconscious way, that things will shift eventually. Um, and that feeling that things won't shift can make you fearful of the emotion. And in this case, I once I caught it, I wanted to give myself the experience of what if it wasn't going to end, and really just let myself feel that, and realizing, like, okay, even that's something that you can get through. It's a feeling, it's not you. It's an experience you're having. It's something that can be observed and experienced, and it can be let go. So I hope that gives you a little space when perhaps you find yourself in a tricky emotion.